Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I've got a really exciting one today. I've been playing a lot of Mono Black Ayara because I think it's awesome and I've been winning a ton with it. And it's just really fun to play. I'm still trying to figure out the exact right configuration, but the core is the Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven combo, Midnight Reaper, Ayara, and then some kind of like Priest of Forgotten Gods token creature action going on. So I also been trying it with white, and you can basically splash white for free. Enemy colors are easy right now for Cruel Celebrant, but then I was thinking about how much life I'm gaining, and we can just throw in Pridemate and Bloodthirst the Aerialist. So I was winning a ton with the Cruel Celebrant as the only white card version, and I've only played 4 games with the Pridemate version, and I'm 4-0 in those games, so I want to keep testing it. So let's go take a look. Okay, so we've got a reasonable hand here. We'll see how it plays out. I don't think I've had Ajani's Pridemate on turn 2 in any of the games I've played so far with this deck, so we'll see how that goes. That's a pretty good draw. There's definitely an argument for just playing Witch's Oven right now, but I think Gutter Bones is probably the way to go. I really hope to draw that third land on time, but even if we don't, our hand's pretty good, I think. I might also just play Priest of Forgotten Gods now, I suppose. The attack seems free to me. Alright, good job, opponent. If I didn't play my land first, they could have thought I was Rakdos, so maybe that would have made the attack more likely to get through. But that's okay. Neoform, probably for the Risen Reef, I'm guessing. Yeah. Alright, well, we can probably just make them sacrifice that. It's kind of awkward if we don't draw a land in our 2 looks. Oh, okay. Alright, so they're just straight up elementals. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to play Cauldron Fam. And then activate Priest. A third land would have made this turn way easier, but here we go. I may just play Midnight Reaper if I miss on land. Yeah. This gives us more potential next turn. Alright, here we go. Opponent is getting a lot of card advantage through their Risen Reef, but not much we can do about it. This deck is slightly lacking in interaction. Like, I don't think it's possible to fit in the Murderous Riders, or like I was running Cavalier of Night in other builds, so it's light on interaction. So I can just play 2. The mana is so annoying right now. I think I'll play Cauldron Familiar, play Gutterbones, sack them for Priest of Forgotten Gods. I mean, our opponent's just kind of dying to these random triggers, so that's cool. But I'm just using Priest of Forgotten Gods for mana right now, which is awkward. If we draw a land, that'll be good. Oh, I have a lot of looks right now, so. Oh, I can play 2 Witch's Ovens, I guess. Alright, we did find a land. So, we don't have white mana this turn. I think I'm just going to play Witch's Oven, Gutter Bones, though. Because we can start doing double Cauldron Familiar every single turn cycle. And that's drawing us a ton of cards and draining them. So I think we basically kill them next turn. They're not going to block with Risen Reef, I don't think. That was free damage. Well, we didn't do anything with Pridemate, but our draw was good enough that we're just kind of doing stuff. It's not common that I reanimate Gutter Bones, but that might just be because I've only played aggro matchups so far, and it's definitely the one drop of choice, I think. So, ooh, that's a lot of value, but they're dead, so who cares? I guess they're not literally dead yet. Well, I have 6 burn in play, so maybe they'll over attack by accident or something. Cool value deck over there, but not good enough for this game. As far as I can tell. I guess they still have 3 mana left, so it's not over. I can't remember if they play land. Okay. Alright, so sack the Gutter Bones. We're looking for like an Ayara. That would be the easiest way to kill him this round. But we might just have lethal some other way. I don't know. A Witch's Oven would do it, I guess. We get so many looks. Alright, well we've whiffed on, right now we could drain them for 4, basically, which is close. What do we want to spend mana on this turn? It's kind of awkward. I think I'll just draw my additional cards from Cauldron Familiar right now, because I could easily find a win. There's like 6 immediate wins. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't get extra food, can I? If I play Pridemate, use Witch's Oven. Yeah, okay. Okay, I figured it out. I think I did. Hopefully I'm right. So I have to, let's see, use Priest. Hope I'm doing this right. I don't know. Don't need the Midnight Reboot. I don't need any more cards. I already have the win, I think. Oh, no, I screwed up a little bit. I think I did it in the wrong order somehow. Because now I don't have food yet. I don't know. Oh well. What should I do? Oh, I have 2 mana, so I could like play this thing. I don't know. I definitely screwed it up. I think there was a way to do it that turn, but I don't know. Because I thought I would get Ajani's Pridemate to 4 toughness, sack it for 2 food, get both fams back, and then sack the last one for 1 more cycle. Can I still do that? I could sack the Aerialist right now for 2 food, get the fams back. Yeah, okay. Cool, I don't know. Somehow it worked out. Got lost a little bit on the way there. Pretty cool. I knew there'd be a way to kill this turn. Just had to stumble to it. Alright, I would say that's a good showing for the deck. Yeah, it's like turn 5 or something. Turn 4, I don't know. Could have been turn 4, right? We were just using 3 mana per turn. Alright, so I'm 5-0 with this deck. But I've been with this particular build, and before that I was like 15-3 with the Cruel Celebrant version of the Mono Black Ayara. So the 12 white sources, you get Temple and Godless Shrine, but then Scorched Barrens, is it called? Scoured Barrens or whatever. It gives you 12 more white sources since you're playing 8 white spells now with Pridemate, and it also happens to just work perfectly together. So yeah, it looks good to me. Turn into Pridemate, and then we can take it from there. Interesting. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, I could save 2 life. Is it worth it? I think so, because I can go Pridemate. Interesting sequencing choice here. Alright, so I'm hoping they don't have a removal spell, I guess. But these are going to grow relatively quickly. But I want to get both in play first. Okay. So we're taking some damage here. My opponent has a decent start. We might get a little hurt by our lack of interaction in a really low to the ground draw like this from our opponent. They already have 12 power in play. Oh, these aren't soldiers, so that's nice. This is pretty cool. So next turn we can grow these really large. But, I mean, it might be too slow. But at least they're holding back some damage right now. If we were on the play, I feel like we would have been in a much better position this game. But our opponent's draw was pretty solid. Martyr Knights definitely looks like a real deck. He's going to pump the Inspiring Veteran most likely. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. So I can just kill a Fervent Champion. It's not looking great, but maybe we can stick around somehow. Well, I guess our only play here is if the 2 life ends up mattering, then I potentially got a little punished by my fancy play in the early game. Let's just see the math here. So we're at 4. We can block, take 2. So in theory, we're surviving. And I just want to point out that I was only 5 short of lethal right there, even though I haven't attacked yet. Alright, so let's see. Oh, nice. Alright, so our opponent gave us our first loss with this deck, but it was with a pretty strong draw. Worthy Knight plus Smitten Swordmaster is a deck that I want to work on. And it seems like with that tri-land, you can support the 3 colors for the Lord and the Fervent Knight, so that's pretty good. And I think Embercleave is even good in that deck. Because with Knight of the Ebon Legion, you can actually get a pretty large creature. Definitely worth investigating. I haven't played much against it, and I've only played a couple games with it. Alright, relatively mediocre hand, but it has the combo here, so we'll see how it does. Basically, I'm always happy to find either Ayara or Midnight Reaper, because then it's hard to run out of gas. What is this? Alright. We don't have much ways to take advantage of them milling us. I think it's just, well, Gutter Bones and Cauldron Familiar to some extent. We've already drawn 2 Cauldron Familiars. Well, that's the plan. Try to beat them down that way. I forgot to check what they did with their Scribe, but whatever. Possibly I should have saved the second Cauldron Familiar in hand, but I don't know. Just for an extra trigger on the Aerialists. Say Thought Erasure S, it doesn't change much. They're probably like a Drown in the Lock deck, but some kind of combo, like synergy based version rather than control. Alright. Oh, I forgot to activate Witch's Oven. I was just thinking about other things real quick. So they should be at 15, we should be at 23, but it's no big deal. I can actually attack and get a damage in. Because I'm not really concerned about blocking with these in this current board state. The card I am concerned with is like Ritual of Soot. Whoa! Okay, so if I wasn't so aggressive, I would have, well, yeah. All I needed to do was have the ability to gain life at instant speed, and they wouldn't have been able to do that. So that's a little frustrating. Alright. Drawn from dreams, huh? I don't think the 1 damage on the Narset matters enough as the +1 counter, so I'll wait. Well, we might be activating Castle Locthwain this game. We have 4 creatures in our graveyard. If they try to draw on the lock right away, we could theoretically grow our Aerialist to 5. Toughness, right? Oh, it's just converted mana cost. Never mind all that. Kefnet's actually much less scary to me than them casting Drawn from Dreams that turn. Potential for Ayara triggers. Alright, so this could be a 5/6. That seems fine. I'll castle on their turn to get around Narset. Wow, they just chump block? That's strange. Maybe they don't realize what's going on. Like 4 mana to chump block this turn does not seem like a good turn to me. But yeah, I'm liking the Aerialist. It looks cool. It's still unclear to me if it's worth playing, but it seems solid. So we're only draining for 1 life per turn, so we still need to find a little more clock. Sure. Yay, castle. They keep wasting their mana on stuff that doesn't seem very important to me, when I can see 2 relevant cards in their hand that they should be casting, so I don't know. Boop. They don't have black mana open, so that seems bad for them. I still don't think attacking with 2 Call to Familiars is worth it at this point. I'd rather just have Witch's Oven open as long as possible. Nothing exciting going on at this point. Maximize the damage here. I'm just gonna Gutter Bones, Castle this round, which is pretty solid. Gutter Bones, I would not really be happy about Cry of the Carnarium, but they still have to deal with the Aerialist. And they only have double black at the moment. So if I play this land, play the Gutter Bones. 4 open. Perfect. Okay, so they are getting us, but we can sack the Aerialist for 2 food tokens. Right, 3 or less, it says. And this is 3. Yeah, okay, just confirming. Haven't played with these 2 cards a ton, just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Oh, actually, I could get both Gutter Bones back right now. Is that better than activating Castle? Probably not. Because we're just digging to our actual like creatures that do stuff. We'll play Gutter Bones with our spare mana, but I'm gonna attack this turn. If I find Ayara, I'll win anyways, so I might as well get the damage in that's guaranteed. Pridemate. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. I think all I'm gonna do is play Pridemate, and then attack. I could kill the Narset, but I don't think it's important to do that. We're so close to killing them. And then I will get back a Gutter Bones. Cast it. Oh, this Cauldron Familiar is in my hand? Okay, sure. Hard to tell sometimes with the 3 piles. Alright. Castle Locthwain is awesome in this deck. There's a lot of, it's a big draw to playing sort of a mono, like low to the ground black base deck. You just get a free, like, best card draw land they've printed in a long time. It looks like game to me. My opponent agrees. Back on the winning track. Game felt pretty good. Still unclear whether the Pridemate stuff is like the best possible thing to be doing, but it does seem powerful. Basically playing like a 2-mana 5/5 early on, and then it can just become like infinite without investing any more mana. If people are playing Wildborn Preserver and calling it a good card, then I think these are pretty good. Because you don't have to invest any mana into these things. I'm already playing the cards that power them up. Okay, pretty clunky hand. I would feel better on the play. The Priest doesn't really work well with what we've got going on. This was one of the things I was scared of by playing the full 8 copies of these things. So I'm thinking about mulliganing. My inclination is that this should be a mulligan, but I want to test how this kind of hand plays out, so I'm going to keep. And people probably say that a lot and it sounds stupid, but this is specifically one of the scenarios I was trying to figure out, is what happens when you draw too many of the Pridemates and not enough of the Enablers. Okay, so Bloodthirsty Aerialist is kind of like our way to play against. Do I want to play Priest? I don't think so. It's our way to have a way to deal with Chandra Spitfire, which is not the most reliable, but it's better than having nothing. Yeah, they just have the on curve everything, so we're gonna be in a little trouble here. We're probably just gonna die 2 turns from now. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be able to block and survive. The one tension in this build that I don't like is that Priest of Forgotten Gods has way fewer good sack outlets, so maybe it's just worth cutting that particular card. But it's so good with Cruel Celebrant. I don't know. So you can probably play a version of this deck that's about 4 cards off, or a version of the Cruel Celebrant one I was playing. I think we're dead. Let's see. So, I have to grow my Aerialist at least once, which I can't do. So I guess I have to play 2 of them and they both die. That's awkward. Maybe I needed to get Priest down last turn or something. Oh well. Should have mulliganed this hand. If I do play this one, I have a chance, I guess. Not a great one. It's awkward that I literally couldn't gain a single life on command. That seems like game to me. We'll find out. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 triggers right away. I guess we're not actually dead, but we're in pretty bad shape. Alright, so I'll just learn from this game and just mulligan the hands that have 3+ copies of the Pridemate creatures. I don't think we can really gain much life this turn, so it should just be over. Fight with fire. Okay. One, two, yeah, that's enough onboard triggers. Alright, let's we'll learn from that one. Well, we sort of already knew it, but I just wanted to verify. Alright, another weird looking hand with triple priest. I guess I'll give it a shot. Not my favorite hand. Yeah, I don't know. The priest versus Pridemate tension is kind of tripping me out, so maybe I'll cut them for some kind of 2-drop that can either gain life or I don't know. We're not so unhappy with that because our hand is super redundant. They're gonna take the Ayara, but like it's gonna take us forever to cast our whole hand anyway. So we're happy that they took the time off of adding to the board. Yeah, literally 3 pairs. I also want to experiment with like Gruesome Menagerie or hey, look, you found another one. Command the Dreadhorde, like combo-y versions of this deck. If people don't play counter spells, you can just kind of self-mill a little bit, put a couple IRs in play with a bunch of black creatures, and then you just kind of win. I'm going to save 1 damage for the option of activating if they have a sweeper, just to draw a card. I think it's worth it. Ritual of Soot is usually played in the Dimir decks, and it makes it awkward for them to cast a creature now. They just bounce Aerialist, I think I'm fine with it. That could be the Dance of the Manse Doom Foretold deck, so I don't think Doom Foretold's particularly good against us. Who knows? That's a really good draw. I'll play that, and then I'll just kill the Teferi, and make do the same as last turn. I guess I could have like cashed in on the priest to play another priest, but that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. So it is the Dance of the Manse deck. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's a good matchup in general. Well, I know it is with the version I was playing before, but the Aerialist stuff gives them, like, it's creatures that are vulnerable to interaction. Cauldron Familiar is not bad. Let's see. I kind of want to draw cards so that I find land drops. So I think I'll... I'm just going to play Bloodthirsty, attack for 4. Take it a little slower. Because 4 damage is relevant. And we can draw the cards whenever. Currently Dance of the Mance draws them 2 cards essentially. If they find an Oath of Kaya, we'll probably... If they target Midnight Reaper, we're just going to cash in on a lot of stuff. To draw extra cards, because... Alright. We could have like a Oath of Kaya, I guess. They don't have double black now, so it's not bad. Unless I messed up. Okay. I don't know what they're casting. Divination. Not that scary. But it is like a reason why that deck is cool, because this awesome finisher card can be cycled if you're like struggling. Alright, so there's a way to grow our thing. What to do now? I need to just start. So I think I'm gonna do this now. Oops. I just want more information before I decide how to plan this turn out. Cruel Celebrant. So maybe I shouldn't have sacked the priest I had in play. I think I'm just gonna play a bunch of stuff out. It's only Cry of the Carnarium specifically that gets us good. We have them at a pretty low life total. But aside from Cry of the Carnarium, it'll be really hard for them, I think. So now I could have Kaya's Wrath. We would still draw 4 cards, which would likely give us the win, but they're not literally dead. The other thing to consider in this deck is maybe you don't need to go all in on this like life gain package with Pridemate. You could play a Mausoleum Secrets package with 1 or 2 copies of Bloodthirst Aerialist. And then you can also search up like the Midnight Reaper or the Ayara or whatever like facet of the combo you're missing. And then you could also run like 1 copy of Cavalier of Night, 1 Mausoleum Secret, 1 Gruesome Menagerie, 1 Command the Dread Horde. I really enjoyed that build when I had it running. Alright, what's our plan now? Did they plus this? They minused it. So they can't cast sorceries. I'm gonna cast Cruel, see what they do, and then probably go for the kill. They have to act now, I think, or else they're dead. But we'll see. That's okay. We don't really need that to win. I think they're just dead on board now, so cool. Have at it. They only have 1 mana. I don't think they play many 1 mana interactive spells. I'll attack with Midnight Reaper, and then if they go to 2, they're dead. Alright, I guess we'll find out now. Okay. Please die. Okay, well that felt relatively easy. But in that matchup, the Pridemate creatures did not feel particularly good. But that's not the matchups they're in there for. Because I think those control type matchups are already really good. Because all of our creatures are like Cauldron Familiars and Midnight Reapers that get value and stuff like that. Even Ayara, if it lives, starts producing value. And Castle Locthwain goes a long way as well in those slow matchups. Alright, this is a hand I like the look of. How do we play it though? I don't think it's super important to play the Cauldron Familiar right away, so I'll just get a tap land out there. We have two creatures that want the life gain trigger to the Cauldron Familiar to enter the battlefield after them, so we don't really need that 1/1 down. If I find a better 2-drop to cast than Priest, I would keep it on top of the Scry. Like Pridemate or... not sure what else. Well, Pridemate, so... yay. See how this draw works out. It looks pretty strong. Alright. Tarmogoyf go. See how it works on the play. We've been on the draw with a couple Pridemate hands, but we haven't been on the play yet with them. So next turn I can either deploy the Aerialist. Oh, against green I think I'll put the Aerialist down and it'll probably just win. A block is like a hard decision this turn for them, right? Like how many instant speed life gains are there? But it's such a bad blowout if I have one. I can't think of any, but yeah, it's hard to fault my opponent for that. I'm clearly playing a black-white life gain deck, so they don't know what I have. Alright, so we didn't find a 4th land on time, but that's okay. I think I'll just drop Ayara, because it makes us pretty much win the game, if not literally next turn, 2 turns from now. So they also have to keep a blocker for Pridemate now, or else we have lethal. I guess Paradise Druid will do that. But yeah, these creatures are looking pretty solid in a green matchup. Say that much. See if you can go the bigger creatures. I think it's us. So Cruel Celebrant into Cauldron Familiar looks like GG to me. Not literally, but it's like a lot of good stuff going on here. Trigger City. I don't know if I have actual lethal this turn, but hard to see us losing. That was cool. That was pretty sick. Big point in the fun category for this deck. And also I'm winning almost all of my games. I have 1 loss with it so far. Or sorry, is it 2 losses? I lost in mono red and yeah, currently 8-2 with this deck, with this build, so 80% win rate, which is slightly worse than the 15-3 record I had with the Celebrant version, but still looking good. Sample size is getting larger and we keep winning. This hand looks fine to me, especially on the play. We don't get any life gain triggers for our Pridemate yet, but Midnight Reaper usually fixes all problems. Gotta make sure not to play Castle next turn. Ooh, I haven't faced off against Stomping Ground, Gilded Goose much. We're flooded on Midnight Reapers. See if we have time to cast 2 of them. Oh, this could be a Corvold deck, which I'm pretty excited about seeing. I've been trying to build it, but I can't get a build that I like the look of. I can get a build that's probably good, but it's ugly. And I like decks that are pretty elegant. But these are all the cards that I had in my build as well, so. If they're at 5 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, they could theoretically play it this turn. And we're gonna be a little bit behind. Ooh, tap land. So not this turn. No, they also had to use their fruit last turn, which seems awkward. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so I guess I want a Midnight Reaper to die at this point. So I'll just send. Just with the Reaper though. I just want to draw 2 cards. If they take 3, I'm fine with that as well. Okay, that's reasonable. All I need is for one of my own creatures to die, and then we pretty much have a game plan from there. The sack outlets are very important to this deck, so I don't want to necessarily cut Priest of Forgotten Gods. It's Witch's Oven and Ayara, so Priest is like number 9 through 12. Whoa. Guess they have 6 mana. Okay. We can actually beat that because we're not a deck that needs to attack, really. I think I'm just going to, I don't necessarily care about my Pridemate, so I'm going to pressure the Liliana. If I just need to draw cards, because I'm not really short on resources here. Witch's Oven, that's a good draw, I think. Kind of awkward. Good one. Alright, so we have a bunch of stuff going on now. It's just taking a little bit to get there. Next turn the Pridemate will finally start growing. It's been a 2 mana 2/2 so far. If we can draw into Ayara, I'll feel a lot better about this game. I wanted to keep the Liliana off of 4 loyalty, specifically this turn. After this turn cycle, we should have like fodder to sack, but it would have been pretty brutal on that last turn cycle. Do I want to activate the Witch's Oven? I don't think so. I think the Pridemate is valuable at this point. Alright. Hoping to draw non-lands, obviously. Okay. It's probably decent. Alright, alright. So I can attack with this as a 5/5. Is that good enough? Or I'd rather just have a blocker? I'm not sure. Because every time we kill one of their creatures, they get to draw cards, so I think I'll just wait off on it. if the game goes long, we'll win, because our whole deck, we don't need to attack to win, really. We just drain them out. So every turn that we're slightly stalemated, like both of us are contributing a lot to the board, but until they drop a Corvold, we're not like scared necessarily. I guess I can't. They can block Aerialist with Gilded Goose. Alright, game on. Let's see whose strategy pays off faster. Cool stuff. Yeah, I like Liliana in that deck because you want to include Paradise Druid to cast the Corvold, but then I was like, you're playing a lot of ramp just for 1/5 drop. But Liliana's a 6-drop that also ties nicely into the strategy. You can make 4 sacrifice triggers. So this will definitely be a interesting game Is there any reason to do that? I don't think so. Okay. Maybe I don't want to spend my mana. I get to draw the cards. I need to sack the Witch Zone now to draw 2 cards, so let's do it. Well, this is good, I guess. We're drawing 3 cards a turn, but it's not. I don't know. We're still missing something, like Ayara or another sack outlet. Yeah, right. I guess I'll battle with the Pridemate. No, he's drawing cards. It's gonna happen anyway, though. Huh. If I send with Aerialist at Liliana, he'll block with Goose. Am I willing to take a hit from Corvold? I think so. I don't think it'll be 18. It will be close, like surprisingly close. But this way I get that blocker out of the way, which is a start towards having lethal next turn. I also have I can either get back Alden Familiar or sack the food token. It's a close game. Very cool deck our opponent's playing. I kind of want to test more with the Mausoleum Secrets package, like I was saying, because this deck really wants a lot of pieces. It wants Midnight Reaper, it wants a sack outlet, and it wants the Witch's Oven combo. Alright, so it's actually somewhat good for us that we get to sacrifice creatures, right? Like, do I want to lose 4 life? This will be 10. I could just sack a Midnight Reaper. I don't know. I think I'll do that. Because I could see the double Midnight Reaper becoming a liability at this point. Oh, Corvold grows when I sack as well. I was accounting for that from the Liliana thing, but I need to make sure I remember it for on my turn. They're drawing a lot of cards. Oh, no, it's whenever you sacrifice permanent. Alright, Mayhem Devil is the one that's both players. So this is actually slightly better than I thought it was for us. I think we'll have lethal next turn in some way or another. We have the 2 semi-lethal flyers. We have some Ayara drains coming. Rankle. Okay. So it's 12 flying, plus they can make us lose 1. Alright, so I am going to have to sacrifice the food token, so it's interesting that that came up. But then I think I can still find lethal next turn. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, the loss of life hurts. Are we dead? I think we're alive. I think we're barely alive. What an interesting game. Good job, food token. I'll let him sack a permanent. Wait, are we gonna go to 1? So they have 13. Oh. Yeah, let's just do it. They can make us go to 1. No, they can make us sack a creature and Midnight Reaper kills us. Oh, what a game. If we just had another food token or anything. Or if I had sacked both Midnight Reapers. Interesting. Yeah, you got me. That was a good game. We were gonna kill them on our turn, presumably. They had exactly lethal. So I think I could have won that game if I had the foresight to sack 2 Midnight Reapers. Because I knew I was gonna draw 2 cards, so I probably didn't need more of them. But yeah, that was a cool game. So Pridemate didn't really do much for us that game. So I could see going back to the more black version. I would still play some number of the Aerialist, but not 4 probably. So all of our lands come and play tapped, but it's a good mix of cards, I think. So I'll try to scry for a swamp of some sort. No, I don't want Pridemate number 2. Alright, hopefully no Oko on turn 2. Alright, I suppose I'll save the life gain trigger off the Scoured Barrens. Well, it has more potential for coming into play untapped, right? So maybe I'll need that 4th mana. I don't know. A lot of sequencing issues, or I mean decisions with this mana base. We got punished by castle. We're running 3 castles. Maybe that's too greedy, but it's so good in some matchups. And this is the first time I've been punished by it, playing like 40 games or something. But it's definitely going to happen sometimes. Okay. I think Pridemate is the best drop this turn. It's not bad, right? They're a beacon version. Huh. I think I'm looking. Well, Ayara is a sack outlet, but I'm not confident it'll survive. I think I'm so crowded at 3 that I'm gonna dig for better. Like Witch's Oven would be great. Just I have quality 3 drops to play for the next 2 turns, so I don't want to add a 3rd one to my hand at this point. Yuck. Okay. Priest is a solid draw, because next turn we can play 4 mana worth of stuff. So I'll get the Midnight Reaper down, I guess, so that I can block and feel good about it. I could see an argument for Ayara this turn as well, though. Hopefully they're a little light on interaction after that Wicked Wolf play. Ah, rats. Well, better that they kill a creature with us having Midnight Reaper in play than killing our Ayara for no value on our side, so that's okay. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna get the Priest and the Cruel Settlement down and hope our strategy pans out soon. The more these games go on, the less I'm liking the Pridemate. It's a cool idea, and I could see it being a sideboard card, although that probably won't be the case. But like all of our other creatures just have such a coherent game plan. But it's possible that we're just running too many. I'm running the full 8 to test them out, but maybe you only want 2 or 4 or 5, you know? That's pretty solid. We can bounce Priest, and then we're not doing much. But as long as we're not dead, we have the Vraska is gonna start getting pretty good, but this particular game was where a card like Gruesome Menagerie would be looking pretty good. Still no swamps for that thing. I think I want to use my mana efficiently this turn. By putting 2 sack creatures in play, I potentially can use one next turn. They're pretty much at their end game. They have like infinite mana, so whatever they have that's going to disrupt us, they can do. Well, that works. Alright, so we really want to draw like a Gutter Bones or something like that on our first draw step, because then we get to Priest easier. I don't care about that. I think they should have lost their Vraska to kill one of our pieces this turn, but we'll see if we can punish them for it. Plus Teferi. What? Okay. Alright, so do I want to sack stuff to Priest, or do I want to activate Castle first? I think I'll probably play Cruel Celebrant either way. So I'll do that. And then I'll activate Castle, but I won't use Priest just yet, because I can just do this on a turn. Yeah, no reason to get crazy here. I could theoretically draw a 2-mana black card, but the upside seems less important to me than the flexibility of being able to block and stuff. Or if they do something that disrupts all this, at least I'll be able to sack in response and get the Cross Element triggers. Alright, so do I want to do this? Let's see what I draw. Just a land, huh? I wish it didn't say 2 other creatures. I think it's worth it. Oops. We're losing the Cruel Celebrant, but in exchange for that, we get to draw a card and deal 2 to them right away. And I feel like we just need to draw like 1 more action card to be in a good spot. Like if we draw Witch's Oven, or we're really close to killing them. They're not that close to killing us. I guess they can gain some life with the food tokens, so they're not that close to being dead. And we finally found a swamp to put this 3rd castle in play. Alright, so they're out of cards in hand, but they can Teferi bounce again. So this game's still pretty close. We have a life total buffer to work with. Priest, okay. That's a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, let's see. What could we draw? Priest, Celebrant, Pridemate. All right. So I'm definitely going to put this into play untapped and then just draw a card. I guess that was stupid. I could have just drawn a card first. Potentially, we saved ourselves 1 life. In fact, we did. Alright, so that turn went about as good as we could have hoped. So, let's see if we can pull something off next turn. They currently just have interaction for 1 of our priests, so that's a very good thing. These games are a lot harder, I'm finding, when I don't have Witch's Oven. Because this Cauldron Familiar would have been doing a lot of work if we did have a Witch's Oven. But I mean, we've gone through a third of the deck already, so. I think I like the idea of the Pridemate package, but after this video I am going to cut them. It's worth investigating more, but I think a lot of the format will be like these mid-rangey to fairy green decks. And they're killing this over. They just don't really line up too well against that, so I'll probably trim the package down to one copy of Bloodthirsty Aerialist. But it definitely has potential against a lot of decks, so it's worth keeping in mind. Oh man, they found 2 pieces of interaction this turn. That hurts a lot. I was thinking we were in pretty good shape, but no, it's not looking so good. Alright. Well, Command the Dreadhorde slash, whatchamacallit would be an instant win. Alright. We're out of life to play with. Gutter Bones. Are we actually dead? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to end the video for YouTube of the Pridemate version here. As I said, it has a lot of raw potential, but I don't think it lines up well against what people happen to be doing right now. So this is the deck. I'll still put this deck list in the article for anyone else who wants to try it, but what I'm going to work on is going to look a little more like this. Trim those to 1, and then let's see, Cavalier of Night, Gruesome, and then some number of these. I don't know how many. It's probably not going to be 4. What am I missing? An option would be Corpse Knight. And then, I mean, that's 60 there. I could also put in a Command the Dreadhorde, but I don't know. It seems too fancy, right? Yeah, so something close to this. Not exactly, but those are the options. So thanks for watching. I'm going to keep streaming, but I'm going to end the recording and start a new video in a minute.